And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our final match of the evening here at the ESL ESEA Pro League should be getting started in just a few minutes. We're heading back to Dust 2 to finish up the night here. It's going to be Conquest versus Threes Up, and Threes Up, of course, having just a very, very close match against Liquid there with a new roster. Moses, we haven't seen Conquest, of course, yet tonight, so tell us a little bit about them for those that may be unfamiliar.
This is that team that the core of this lineup was Tempo Storm last season, and they had themselves a pretty good inaugural season last year. They've taken some punches this time around, though. They're not as high up as they'd probably like to be. They've dropped a couple. I'm trying to get these standings up right now just to give you guys a little bit of Conquest is actually dead last in the league. They're at 1-4, and which is surprising considering all the talent they have in that squad. You know, Shazam, they have Rush, they got Arya, or not Arya, excuse me, they have Rix. I just looked over and named the wrong name. But, I mean, this team should be doing better than they currently are. They've only played 5 matches, so they have some opportunities to catch up. But this is going to be a really interesting map for both of them to play on, because I actually think this is going to play into Threes Up's favor, being that it's Dust 2. It's a little bit more. You can get away with pugging it just a bit more. Mo's going to have freedom with that op, and we saw it was kind of starting to catch fire there on Cash.
And again, here taking a look at, as you said before, with some of the big players coming in from that Cash match there too, Threes Up are probably going to be feeling, I mean, they lose that game 16-14 granted, but I think they were expecting that match to end up being a lot worse considering the roster has 2 new players on it, and they're still trying to get everybody up to date on the strap book. As you said, it's trial by fire this week with them having so many matches, but considering just how well that one went, the confidence factor I think is going to be a pretty big thing here too for the Threes Up players. They're going to be feeling great, and I mean, it's Dust 2, so the strategy thing I don't even think will come into play in that big of a factor because it's Dust 2, and that should pretty much speak for itself.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's gonna just come down to these ops. And Arya, Arya is a player on Threes Up who I've seen, like, some of his best matches that I've seen out of him have happened on this map. There are times where he just goes absolutely nuts on Dust 2. Of all maps, he'll drop like 35 kills just out of nowhere. Does some really crazy things. So, a lot of it is, Rix needs to be able to step up. Naf is a really, really young talent who's, got some attention last season playing for Mythic, who's now Winter Fox before he got cut. But he's a player who's got a lot of talent. He's kind of one of those guys who's rising up in the scene. So there's some players on this Conquest team who, need to have some good matches for this squad because they need to start winning some things. They need to start rising up in the rankings if they want to have any chance moving forward into this season.
And we didn't actually talk a little bit too much about him yet. I mean, of course, everybody knows who Mo is, so that's one of the players that gets added. But Professor Chaos as well, who sort of last season, I of course don't know much beyond last season and the sort of end of the season before that because I only jumped into the scene around then. But Professor Chaos sort of had a brief stint with Elevate last season, and unfortunately, I don't think he ended up staying in the team for too long. But actually, a pretty good player for the small time he was in there, and so far with some of the plays he's been making here for this team too, seems to be a pretty good pickup as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is going to come down towards that op matchup and which team is going to be able to afford the op. We saw actually Conquest play last night, and Shazam, they had some. It was on Cobblestone, but Shazam couldn't really afford to pick up an AWP as much, and they kind of had had a real detrimental effect on how they could play the map. So if that comes true on Dust 2 as well, Mojang might just have a field day.
And it looks like we are going to end up seeing Conquest come out on top of the knife round here, so they'll pick that one up. And more likely we'll get their side choice. Could go either way, but it actually looks like they're going to start on T side here. So they're going to go for that aggression nice and early. And, well, we'll just have to see how that one goes. So we'll be live on 3, guys, and let's get right to it. It's Threes Up versus Conquest. Once again, for those of you just joining, it's a best of 1 here on Dust 2 in the ESL ESEA Pro League. Threes Up. All right, versus some upgraded pistols, at least one over here under Professor Chaos. The rest going for a little bit of utility to hold off the site takes. And as for Conquest, it's pretty much everybody on armor except for Daps, and he's the utility master here, buying up the smoke and double flash.
Yeah, aggressive towards mid. Arya's going to push in the lower B. He's been spotted, though, so he doesn't commit to it. Nice shot by Mo. Drops Snap up at the palm tree. And they're able to fall away as well. Nade down into lower B. Does some good damage onto Rush, but the defense has been pushed back, but the damage is done. They're in a 5-on-4.
Taps as well, trying to get the flash over. Hopefully bring off some of the players that are over here behind the mid doors and hopefully draw them away. But doesn't look like it's going to be grabbing them just as of yet, but now Rush is going to rush through over here the B tunnels and try to work his way in. Rix picks up the first kill, but Mo drops another one. He's going to be able to take down Rush. Those rotations coming in from Threes Up. A little bit slow as Rix is going to be able to take down Mo, and Shazam finds another one over onto Arya, but Professor Chaos quick to move in, shuts down Shazam with the auto pistol there, and now as they move back in, we saw one player come out from window, but for some reason completely unpunished, and Daps is going to be able to make it out of there completely unscathed because of that play. Now with 2-on-2, and keep in mind that bomb is not down yet. So it's going to be very hard to do so now, considering they don't have any smoke coverage left, they don't have any flashes left, and the second they hear that plant sound, they're both going to roll right in here. And here we go now, but Daps is ready for it, picks up the headshot on the Professor Chaos, and it didn't really seem JStar was too ready for this one as he falls back through the door, and now he's going to sit here and contemplate, how the hell do I clutch this? And he won't even get the chance to, because Daps just finds his head.
Really nice cover provided by Daps. That fake plant, the second plant, lures Professor Chaos into peeking just the window. He didn't want to commit. He just wanted to kind of get some intel. He knew that one player was trying to plant the bomb, so he wanted to try and find the other one before they committed to a retake. But Daps just does him the favor of ripping off his head. But it is going to be a second round buy at a 3-up, so Mo's going to have the scout. And actually, that's the only real investment. The rest of them upgrade pistols. Abe has armor, but no one else. Professor Chaos buys a nade and a P250. They're going to have to do some damage, but Shazam gets a nice headshot onto Jason R, trying to cross over into pit, so this long defense is so weak, and it's just Professor Chaos back here. And Conquest takes the opportunity to rotate back towards mid, and Shazam once again drops the scout of Mo.
So with one of the big guns going already over here to the ground, Ari's going to pick that one up, but again, can't really return that. Shazam almost picking up a third kill here, may even get it himself, but now some damage, finally goes back onto Shazam. Doesn't matter though, picks up the kill into Ari, and he might even get a chance at the fourth here in a second as Abe just inside of the lower tunnels here. Right next to Shazam, but waiting for his opportunity. Unfortunately, though, it's taking a little bit too much time, and now pretty much everybody there. But he pops out, finally finishes off Shazam, but very quickly after that, Rix, along with another player there from Conquest, they're going to be able to finish him off.
Yeah, sick round from Shazam, though. Just making sure they have no chance of losing that round, getting the opening 2 kills with that scout, even grabbing a third. So he does the damage, and I would imagine that he's not going to buy up too much into this round. Just buying up armor, some nades. He wants to save up for an AWP into the next round. So he might be the one to just scout out bomb sites with this Glock. He upgrades it. He gets a 5.7 dropped over to him. But he might be the one they send in first to kind of sniff out any kind of a stack. And 3-step, they're just going to push long quickly. And there's no one here from Conquest watching this because they're doing a B-rush. Aria's the only defender here. He starts shooting with that USB, but he doesn't get a single thing. So the B bomb site is given up. The only person who's really in any kind of a danger is Shazam. All he's got is a pistol. He's just got to be careful where these 4 members of 3-step are flanking from.
And thankfully they're going right past him, so they're not even going to get a chance to catch him here. They go work their way over here outside into the T courtyard, but nothing's going to be had there. They're even not even going to attempt to push into that site to look for kills at this point. They're just lining up for exits.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because Shazam spotted him. I don't think they know that because now you can see the entire team of Conquest, actually, they're hunting him down. They don't have to do this, but they're pushing out of those B tunnels to try and find these kills. It's going to be Rix jumping up with a P90, sprays one down, he's going to crossfire, he gets the second one, there's a third and a fourth, and he gets overwhelmed eventually, but Daps is there to clean up one, Nap gets the other, only Rix falling, but he had a P90, so no big deal, no massive investment either way. Shazam's going to be able to pick up that AWP, Rix snap buys onto that AK-47, and Mo's got an op on the other side, but no armor.
That glass cannon buy could become very, very detrimental depending on the position he's going to place himself into here. But for Conquest, as we take a look at them, of course, they're actually not even going to upgrade 2 of their Galils. They're just going to sit with those, but that does allow them, of course, to save quite a bit of cash, as you don't really need to upgrade those. And already, Shazam, again, opens it up with a beautiful op shot. Mo goes for the aggressive peek out long doors. Can't catch anybody just yet, and now Rush as well. Finishes him up with a nade, but Jason R tries to hold. He only gets 1 trade as well, as Rix is going to be able to finish him down. And already here, the defense from 3-up is just going to be absolutely destroyed from the beginning. Very, very limited. We can see back over here that Professor Chaos is sitting in the cubby corner. And that pretty much should give Conquest free access to the site, to be honest here. Abe, along with Professor Chaos, are not in good positions at all to resist this push.
Yeah, Mo with no armor just misses his first shot. A nade comes out, he gets tagged up a little bit by that Galil and gets dropped. So nice hit by Conquest to flash him out. And now Professor Chaos trying to make a play to keep his team in it, but can't do it. It's just Abe left. All he's got is an M4. And he's just going to have to save this gun. The dangerous part is Nap's picked up an AWP as well. So moving forward in this half, there's going to be a double op setup for Conquest. They're going to be able to slow things down and just pick off players of 3-up.
And Abe, once again, just lines himself out through one of the exits here. Going to put himself right in the face of the enemy, but I don't even think they're going to challenge him. The only player that might do it would be Shazam, but he's with the ops. It would be very unwise indeed to push through that very, very close quarters angle, potentially where an enemy is already waiting for you. And yeah, that's not going to be happening. Daps was the one that went out looking for him over at the B site. They won't find him there, so we should be able to see Abe make it out of this round with that M4. And quite a decent amount of utility I should mention there too. He's still got a smoke and 2 flashes, along with a kit.
Yeah, but this is a smackdown so far. I mean, not even really a lot of damage dealt. There's only been, these last 3 rounds, there's only 1 player per round that has died on Conquest side, so they have a huge bank built up. Nap's got 7,500, Daps has 9,000, so they're sitting pretty right now, and 3-up's going to have to save. It's just Abe with that M4, so what are they going to do with that? They do send Arya over towards this B bomb site. He's all alone. Abe's going to get boosted up catwalk for a fast peek, try and give him advantage, see if they can make anything happen. But there's Rush from lower B. Naf at the top of mid picks off Mo as well, who pushed long. So already at a 5-on-3, the M4 is lost as well, and there's Rix chiming in onto Arya. So this round is over already for 3-sub. All they can really do is try and save this M4 in middle at this point.
And Rush moves in, tries to shut down Professor Chaos, but middle's now been taking control of. Jason Art trying to move in for this one, but there's one shot to the head and a second from Shazam to finish him off there. That's going to take him down, and again, just a shutdown from Conquest. Almost the team ace there, too. If Rush didn't pick up the second kill, we saw Daps getting the last one, but not going to happen. However, the money will still build up with absolutely nobody going down, as you had already mentioned here. Now, looking at the highest earners being 10.9 on Naf, and Daps sitting at 11.8, with the rest of the team not sitting that far behind. However, this is going to be another buy round from 3-up, so hopefully another chance to get some good damage here, and it's a very confident buy here, too. Everybody's got pretty much everything they need to work with, so there's nothing missing from this buy-up.
This time Shazam doesn't get a pick on the mid-cross, and actually it's not a fast long play. There's a Molotov to hold anything back if there were, but Mo's going to get aggressive through these double doors with this AWP. He's just holding an angle. He's going to peek the crack, and he wins that battle against Naf. Naf cannot react fast enough, so good advantage for 3-sub. Mo gets brought down to 15 HP right before he falls away into cover. But either way, Conquest has already made its way. Rix and Rush have complete control of Catwalk at the moment, and it's all up to Conquest to rotate back towards mid. They've got to bring the bomb as well. The bomb's the last player coming, so they can't leave a lurker over at long A, so it's all going to be down to this Catwalk hit. And Mo's the weakened one. He's going to be the one watching the crossover at these cars. If they can take him out, they're going to have that A bomb site for free.
There's also, as you said, there's no other support coming in from the team, so all they've got to do is kill Mo, and they've got the site. Professor Chaos is going to move in, hopefully help. Mo's completely flashed. He's got to fall back, and they just drop down. A great flick shot from Mo, though. Picks up Rush off of the hands of that one, finds his second one in Rick, so somehow maintaining all this time with just 15 HP left alive, and now you've got Artie moving in too. He should get a good position with that Molly. That's going to land. Not really going to connect too well, unfortunately, but still, this is very much so a plausible retake down the 4-on-2. All they've got to do is execute upon it, and plenty of utility. Mo picks up another shot, almost finds the ace. Daps finally going to shut him down, but now he's completely surrounded, so Abe is going to be able to finish him off. And another great round from Mo to finally give a point onto the board here for 3-up.
Yeah, beautiful round. He does eventually get taken, but now, I mean, the tides have turned. Now the double op is going to be in the hands of 3-up. So essentially for free, they pick up, they salvage the other op. One's going to go to Mo. Arya will take control of the other one. That's going to be so dangerous. How does Conquest respond to this? And if they're not, I mean, if they're not careful with their smokes, if Shazam can't out-op one, or if they can't isolate these oppers with smokes or grenades, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. These ops are going to do a lot of damage.
3-up, of course, now going up for that upgrade here. Shazam still using his, and everybody else still armed to the teeth too, but Shazam going to miss the opening opportunity here as they move through with this one. A little bit more aggression being pushed forward here too, as they're going to place 2 players just outside of the long doors, and a third also moving in too to take the place of Mo, just in case we did see that rush come out from Conquest. That's why they placed him there initially, but now Mo's attention is actually going to be drawn a little bit further towards middle, as they can see a lot of the grenades coming out back over here, potentially lead this into a push either through the mid doors up on the Cat, or even potentially over into B through a mid push. That'll leave Mo very overexposed if they do push through there, so they'll have to watch out just in case they do decide to go for this one, as he does not have really any cover at all near. But that smoke comes out for some reason. Rix just sticks around, so there's an easy kill for Mo to start things off for the players on 3-up once again.
Yeah, Rix must have mistimed that smoke to be sitting so exposed like that right in the crack of the double doors. He gets punished for it. So Mo, once again, finds the first kill of the round, gives his team a huge advantage. And they're still spread out across the map. They have no plan going forward. The bomb's outside B. They pretty much got to commit to a mid-B split or just a heavy B hit. And there they are. They're streaming out of mid. Smoke goes down. Professor Chaos gets spotted out. He's going to spam through. Gets a nice kill on Rush combined with Abe. And this hit has just been stalled out. It's only going to be the bomb coming into B way ahead of his teammates, and Abe's going to be there to clean him out. So this round's over. Conquest, they've got to get into this B site quickly, but Mo and Professor Chaos from CT Spawn just don't let it happen. Mo sitting at 9-6 so far.
The money situation, however, when you take a look at Conquest, is actually still in a fairly good position, so they're still going to be able to consistently buy up through this, potentially maybe even through, all the losing bonus. They're already up to 2, and, a couple players still sitting at over 10k. They're going to have to expenditure a lot of it because you've got 2 more that are sitting below the real buy-up amount here, and actually, for some reason, okay, there is a gun on the ground for Shazam, but it didn't look like they had one there initially, so that was going to be a bit strange, but yeah, I think they bought an extra AK, I'm going to be honest with you, and that, in this situation, it's not the best thing in the world for them to be doing.
Very possible. Shazam, he's playing far back, so he's still in T-spawn. He's just finally now rotating out, looking for any kind of delayed peek towards mid. But once again, a solid solid defense set up by Threes Up. And Mo's got this angle up on the catwalk ledge. He's going to just try and take a shot, fall back down, and smoke it off, and he gets the kill. Third round in a row that Mo's got the opening kill of the round. They try and pressure him quickly, and actually they come through the smoke. That's Daps. He's going to stream out. Nice headshot on Professor Chaos. Now the A bomb site is open, and it's going to be a retake situation for Threes Up.
Jason R still for some reason looking out for a push to come in. They're unaware that pretty much everybody is up on that A bomb site right as of now, as that take came in so quickly and so fast. But now it moves in. Jason R tries to get the shot, but that's a nice position from Daps there. He finishes him off. Ricks as well up in the left corner. Mo tries to respond, but Ricks just jumps down. He goes absolutely crazy. Abe and Arya both getting eliminated. Mo actually picks that shot up over on a Daps, so it shuts him down at least. But now he's going to be stuck in pit. Finds a second one on the Ricks. Finally eliminates him as well. But again, we've got this flank coming up in a second here from Naf, so he's going to have to try to somehow keep himself alive in this pit in the post round.
Mo's making this expensive right now. He is getting hunted down. Shazam's just going to win the battle, even with Naf on the flank. But either way, he gets the initial kill, but they're not prepared for Daps to just come man-moding through the smoke like that. Gets a nice headshot, gets a second one of Jason R. Long, and Daps really secures that round for Conquest, so nicely done from him. That's going to be 6-2 now in the favor of Conquest, and the economy of Threes Up is basically depleted at this point. I mean, Mo's got the op, which is good news. There's no armor on it, but he's had such a huge impact that really doesn't matter. He's going to bring that over towards mid. He's been very mobile with this op so far, sometimes choosing to go mid, sometimes starting the round out towards long A.
And Abe, again, will be the player to challenge the opponent over here on the T side. One of them, I should say, Naf, is going to be looking to go up against Abe here at the beginning of the round. No action will be had just as of yet. And as for Rush, he'll move out along with Daps to take control of Long early on. There's no challenge on that from Threes Up either. They can't really afford to lose a lot of players. They've got to play it passive. They've got to sit back. They've got to try to keep as many people alive as possible. So they'll set up directly for the take to come in from Conquest. They're going to give them a lot of free ground because of this. Long for free. They're back in the tunnels. And they've also got mid for free here too. Jason R is going to challenge that a little bit, but the smoke comes out. And again, that's not really going to let him do all that much until that fade. Shazam picks up the opening kill here too on the Professor Chaos, and Rick sneaking in. Jason R caught completely off guard by that one. So it's already a 2 for none as they move on to the side. Abe, though, they're not expecting him, so he at least sneaks through with one, but so far that looks like it may be one of the only kills being obtained here by Threes Up in this round.
Well, here's the key for Threes Up. They need to find a way for Mo to open up all the rounds. I mean, this is, you can see Mo's not, he's at 12-8. His closest teammate is Abe with 4 kills, but I mean, Mo's the one 3 rounds in a row, gets the opening kill, got him that 2-round win streak, but outside of those rounds, they've just been crushed. So Conquest, their goal right now is just to avoid wherever Mo is opping. And now that they've lined up this score 7-2, it's going to be a save round for Threes Up. I mean, this might be a situation where they're going to have to start buying without Mo being able to afford an op. So that's an even scarier situation moving forward.
For Conquest now, they push 3 players inside of the tunnels, and again, we're going to make a very quick pass over here to get themselves onto the site, or at the very least make a lot of noise here, but Daps, great patience from him. He already catches Jason R in a very forward position. Mo was able to get a trade, but that's the only thing they've been able to pick up here so far, is, again, 2 more kills come out from the Conquest roster. Ari tries to blindly push into that B site, but he's going to get killed as well, and now Rush moves in. We almost saw Naf getting the shot through the door, but thankfully that door is very, very strong, and Professor Chaos, he'll get eliminated here too, so the T's are going to be in a very good spot, and should the round be over, or is my... Okay, yeah, for some reason I didn't get, like, the round end thing showing up there, but it wasn't showing up for me. I think it lagged a bit. But there we go, Conquest find yet another round, and now sit 8-2.
Yeah, this is going to be the big round to see how they operate without the AWP on the CT side. It's a double op setup on Conquest. Once again, Naf and Shazam both bringing that out. A lot of Molotovs, full utility on the Conquest. I mean, they've rebuilt their bank, essentially. 3 players over $8,000, which is huge, and it's going to be a fast, long take. Mo gets that first kill with the M4. Now they're fighting inside of a Molotov, burning alive. There's one more at the corner. There's actually 2 more, and they're getting mowed down. Jason R swings out around the edge of the smoke, grabs one, and they take control of long A. Good defense from Threes Up.
And then Naf and Shazam now trying to work something with 2 ops left in the pot here as they move out. Shazam and Naf also going to go 2 separate directions too, so going to split themselves up. Shazam tries to move out, but already these 2 Threes Up players are sitting inside of the pit or in a safe angle, so not really a whole lot they can do. And again, you still have Naf sitting way, way back here at a safe angle just to keep himself alive in case we can see, in case we can't see Shazam working this, he's able to fall back and get himself out of dodge. But thankfully, Shazam is going to pick up the first shot there over on Professor Chaos. So this will reopen that opportunity, but at the same time, also basically sounds the alarm for everybody on Threes Up to get back over here. But now with that bomb being picked back up and nobody else committed to long distance, they could have fallen back, but they don't actually go for that sort of play. It's just going to be Abe that rolls right back up. Shazam did pick up 1 more kill before it ended, but that's all they're going to be able to grab, and now Threes Up gets a double op set up essentially for free.
Yeah, and the reason why they stayed long A is because they didn't have any map control. They had to devote so many bodies towards trying to take control of long when they were getting mowed down, and then they had to recover the bomb in a 2-on-4. So they brought 2 members there, and then falling back through those double doors, there could have already been a Threes-Up player positioned watching for that kind of a retreat. So severe disadvantage in that battle. They chose just to push forward, and it's a nice rotate from Threes-Up to clinch the round. And like you said, double op set up now from the counter terrace. Arya's over in the B bomb site on top of the platform. Mo, he's over. He's going to switch up into the A bomb site to watch Catwalk.
You can go keep passing that to reload into the game real quick.
Alrighty. Terrace finally starting to push forward onto the map. They were playing far back for about the first 20 seconds or so. Now they're taking map control down around Xbox, down in mid, but there's a Catwalk stack from Threes-Up. Mo is there holding an angle with the AWP, and he gets the first kill. Shazam falls, gets the second one. He's blinded, he's forced back, but no Terrace are going to come through that smoke that gets deployed by his teammate, but there's a couple nades that chime in. Trade kill comes out towards mid. 2-on-3 situation. It's only Arya in this B bomb site. He's going to molly off the doors, and he's going to push up behind the smoke in B tunnels, grab a new angle. This is clever play. Professor Chaos completely blind, but he sprays one down through the smoke anyways. Rix, all that he can really do is get this bomb planted, but he's going to try and chase down the kill, go for the win. He's got 40 seconds to work with here. There's one more in the tunnels, but he doesn't know that he's there.
The smoke worked out great for him there, but unfortunately, yep, as you said, not expecting the second player to be in the tunnel. Threes-Up do end up closing it out. And again, now finally pick up another 2 rounds of themselves. Now can they get over this hurdle, thankfully, as well. Still having the 2 ops in play here for their team at this point, but for Conquest, now they've finally been brought down to a point where they can't really afford to buy it. We're still looking at 6.5k on NAF, but that's pretty much the only player sitting at a sufficient amount, and he's also tossed out Tech-9s, I believe, for a lot of the team. So he'll buy up an AK and armor, not a lot of utility behind it, and that's the same story for the whole team, but everybody else is just going to go with Tech-9s and try to basically see what they can find here in this round before it ends. But there's Mo, once again, opens it up here with the first shot, finds a second, almost a double collat, as he also brings Shazam down to just 14 HP, and now we can see their 2 rush goes through, finally ends the madness, essentially, as he takes down Mo, but already the offense has just been so far shut down. Ari and A picking up 2 more, and now Shazam as well. He's going to find one of the J-Star, looking for Professor Chaos, but that Molly might even finish him off. Thankfully gets out of the way of that one before it ends up hitting him, but still, he's got nowhere to go at this point, and it should be an easy round for the players on Threes-Up to clean up.
Mo is putting together one hell of a match right now. 18-12. He's got 10 more frags than the closest player on his team, carrying them to these 5-round wins at the moment. But Conquest, they're going to be on another buy. Shazam's got that AWP in his hands. 3 rounds straight going to the defense. And Conquest, what started out, I mean, they were up 5-0, they were up 8-2, and now it's just turned into a respectable half for the defense. So Shazam's going to go for another pick, but he doesn't take the shot. He knows there's a couple ops in the hands of the defense, so he doesn't want to just, he doesn't want to take a shot and then get picked off immediately afterwards, so he's biding it, waiting for any kind of an opportunity to peek and try and be aggressive. But Conquest, initially, it looked like they wanted to take long control in this matchup. They've kind of shied away from it. They've been beaten up through the last couple times they've gone that way, so going away from that, trying to come out mid right now. Rotation from Professor Chaos to play into the CT spawn, but full mid control for Conquest. No one contesting it on the side of Threes-Up.
It's going to be Professor Chaos that'll probably get a big piece of the action here at the beginning. Mo's attention is drawn way over here towards the long doors where there's basically nothing coming in. The only thing that would push in from that angle would be NAF, but he's probably going to sit behind the rest of the team. Might come out first to try and draw the attention, and if that works out great, it's going to be fine. As now Professor Chaos, he's not even in the site anymore. He's back down towards CT, trying to fold it in between, and he can very quickly move back and forth. He'll re-smoke this, but I don't really think the Conquest are going to let them screw around with this one, but they might actually sit back a little bit more. They're looking for their own smoke, though, as Russia's getting ready to pop that one in. And they will definitely stay committed to pushing into this slate. As Threes-Up actually get a little bit antsy, and Professor Chaos with the smoke that comes in back over there. They move back off the site now, too. And Professor Chaos sits inside CT. There's no resistance on it at all. They drop down. They've already got full control of the site. Professor Chaos, though, does sneak back out. He finds one, but that's quickly traded out by Rush. Now it falls into the hands of Abe, who's going to push through. He catches Rush for free, but now still a 2-on-3. Arya trying to push back in there as well, but they've got no side axe at this point. Abe's going to move out, but he only gets a 1-for-1 trade again. And now it's Arya, the player who has really been struggling so far on this team this entire half, that has to try and clutch this one out. He moves in, can't catch anybody just as of yet. The Molly goes down. That should force a reposition on Daps, so he might be able to find it, but he looks away! And Daps is going to be able to just find an easy headshot. That takes him out, and Conquest once again pick up the round.
Yeah, Daps stays poised even while burning alive inside that smoke. Just delays a second before he peeks it, and Arya wasn't ready for it. So last round of the half now, Threes-Up trying to get up towards those 6 rounds. Double op set up on Conquest. They salvage it again. It's been such a priority for both of these teams to have 2 ops for both of their game plans. But really that round is won by NAF. Perfect timing on the flank out long. He delays just long enough when some kills start coming his team's way. He knows that Threes-Up has got to dedicate more bodies towards defending the bomb site. Look at this aggression towards Long. Mo's going to smoke it off. It gets pop flashed in, so he's just going to wait. But there's 2 players inside the cave biding their time. Conquest, meanwhile, staying far back, waiting for any kind of aggression. They know it's a light buy.
They're going to fall back onto the site. Daps does find the opener, though, back over to Mo, and that's immediately going to bring back the attention of Professor Chaos as he pops out. Good reaction onto that one. Shuts down Daps. Now we've got another kill going by their way. The rest of the 3's up, waiting patiently on the sites in their default spots here. No additional aggression besides Professor Chaos again, just exercising his movement of freedom now. Back over here by the long doors to try and see what he's going to be able to gain from this, but that's going to come in a little bit too late as the push is starting. But Abe with the shutdown, and Arya with the shutdown too. Rush and Rix, they get nothing at the beginning. That pushes the tunnels back. Naf is trying to look for a response here, but overall, 3's up are holding strong now with 2 AKs also in the arsenal. It's still waiting on Professor Chaos to get into a position, but he should be great if he sticks right here. Both players are going to run right out of this tunnel in a second, and he can catch one of them for free, takes down Naf, and now it's just Shazam with an op. Stuck pretty much in between everybody here, trying to work for something. He's going to try and take down Professor Chaos. That flash doesn't hit him, but that's the sign there. And along with him and Jason R, they're going to very quickly close that out, and we will see the round stolen away by 3's up.
Yeah, those pistol buys, they just stopped him cold right in those B tunnels, and the remaining 2 players for Conquest only had AWPs, not good weapons to take over bomb sites like that. They couldn't bully their way in, they couldn't get aggressive, and they couldn't find the picks. So 3's up does get that 6th round that they wanted. That was actually a pretty decent first half, considering the fact that there wasn't a lot of help. That was a very top-heavy performance from the 3's up side, in the way that Mo was just so far ahead of his teammates.
Yeah, I think that's something, to be honest, although, it's great that Mo is doing so well here, but, you talk about the rest of the team, and that could lead into a couple performance issues as we switch sides here now with 3's up. Mo, he's not always going to be able to lead the charge with an op as the entry fragger. It's a very odd thing when you think about it, so overall here, some other players are really going to have to come out and shine here now on the T side so that they can keep these round scores and that they can hopefully swing this comeback here and allow this team to take the lead.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting half. I'm just surprised that, maybe not surprised is the wrong word, but how dependent, or how much both teams wanted to have 2 ops on their side. I can understand 1 op, but both teams just choosing to go with the double op setup whenever they can. I mean, there's Mo and Arya. I talked about how they were both, the primary opper of basically every team they've been on recently. And then on the other side, there's Shazam, but I was just kind of surprised to see Naf prioritize that AWP so much. Such a good player when he decides to get aggressive with the rifle. But either way, they're sitting at 9-6, so they're going to be happy with that one going into this CT side. And here's the big issue, is that 3's up getting 6 rounds on the defensive side when it was basically Mo the only one really performing. I mean, he had to be effective no matter where Conquest went on the map. On the T side, they can just unleash Mo, and they can let him go wherever he wants. If he's going to keep up this kind of a performance, they can just ride that all the way to a victory. If he keeps up that kind of a performance in the second half, if he gets picks wherever he goes, it's going to be the pressure's going to be on the defense to rotate properly.
So for Conquest now, of course, they do lead 9-6 here going into our second half. 3's up. We'll take a look at the buys from them, of course. Not a whole lot of armor. We'll see 3 players purchasing that one. A couple decoys coming out here too, but we've got the smoke and double flash set up onto both Abe and Arya to try to work a take onto one of these 2 sites here at the beginning of this one. And 3's up. They can pick this one up, and they don't have any trouble with those anti-ecos. They will more than likely be able to swing this comeback and tie it up at 9 points. But if they do have trouble earlier on in this half like we had at the beginning, the Conquest could be able to escape with a 12-6 lead here, and that could make them look very, very good indeed.
A lot of utility out on this 3's up side. There goes one smoke over towards the middle double doors. They've got another smoke left on Abe, a couple of flashbangs as well. Shazam's holding long all by himself. He's got to be very careful. He sees these flashbangs come out. He hesitates. He's going to stay long A, and it pays off. He gets a nice headshot. They're peeking around this corner, but he can't land a second. Now it's just Snap. They see him jump up into the bomb site. He's got to hit some shots. He knows he's getting pinched. He's got to land something. Wait for the rotates to come in. Rush has come, but he's not able to land anything as well. I mean, this is just a long-range battle. Eventually, Naf falls to the powers of the long-range Glock, but there's no smoke to cross. So 40 seconds left. 3's up does not pressure the issue. They just fall back.
Rush will sit back here, and as you said before, they're going to wait for their opportunity to make this happen, but unfortunately, all of the pressure is going to shift back over here on the Cat. Daps spots it early, but this is still a very, very bad position now these players from Conquest are going to have to deal with here. Unless 3's up directly peeks them back over there on the ledges, then basically 3's up has a solid hold, and there's only one way that these players can get their way back up, and some of them are going to relocate over to Cat. We can see Rush going for the jump shot spot, but Can't find anything, and now he gets dropped down to 11 HP. Jason R jumps right into his face to finish him up, and these final two are coming from Cap, but that's pretty predictable now, obviously, with the rest of the site pretty much being fully explored. They can already get themselves into a position to counter this out, so I'm not too confident in their ability to retake, but they're going to move in here now. Rick's looking for the shot to open up on a Jason R, but he's staying safely behind those boxes, and he picks up not only the first one, but the second one as well. Great pistol round from him to pick up 4 out of the 5 kills. And Threes Up do end up coming out on top here to potentially tie things up at 9 points if they don't have any problems with the second or third round.
That was a really, really nice call from Threes Up in the mid-round to fall back from long, and they go all the way to catwalk, all of them. They don't even leave anyone long, because either way, they know Conquest on the ramp. They have to respect the fact that there could be players on catwalk, there could be players on long, so they really can't proceed up that ramp whatsoever in a 3-on-4. So they come back and they just get that bomb site, you know, with no resistance. And now it's going to be, I mean, that's the second pistol round now. Actually, no, excuse me, that's the first pistol round. Threes Up only won this one. But it is going to be another buy in the second round for the losing team. Shazam has that scout, and he gets brought down from long range.
Alright, there, as we said before, already picking up that first kill, and now Daps and Ricks are going to try to work this tag team play back over here through long doors. It could work out great. The problem is, though, is that we have to see them commit to this one. Again, Threes Up's Professor Chaos is going to be able to pick up another kill on a NAF as well, so they pretty much have their pick of where they want to go, and considering the kills they've grabbed, they might even be able to just take this over to the B side if they can figure that out, but I think they're going to go much more back to the default take they're working for, which is over here through Cat, so they line this one up, and just no kills at all going by the way of Threes Up. Unfortunately, Conquest get met with superior angles at almost every single turn they work with.
Yeah, mode down. So, I actually didn't even mean to do it. I just realized it as I said it. That's, it was unfortunate.
It's gonna get spammed like crazy in the chat now.
I know, it's gonna be awkward. But either way, now it's gonna be a full save, essentially, for Conquest. Not enough money to force buy anything into this round. Professor Chaos still gonna go farming with that MAC-10. He's just gonna flash himself out long, see what he can find.
Now for Conquest, of course, no buy-ups coming in from them on this round. Not a whole lot they can do to resist the tie that's going to be coming their way. And we should mention this too, that a good thing that comes out from Threes Up's buy choice, not this round, but the previous one, is that they already had a lot of rifles into the mix. So when it comes time to upgrade, not a whole lot of money is going to need to be spent. All they're really going to have to do is rebuy a lot of these nades and whatnot. So that should be a good primer for their economy, so long as they remain strong in this round, which so far they are. They get 2 kills for none, some nice damage gets traded back out, but that's not what you need to have happen there in these ones. And it's just a shooting gallery for Threes Up here. Already even looking for this other kill back over here, I believe on a Daps as he tries to hold on for dear life, but Daps, unfortunately, you're not going to survive there forever, and they do manage to take him down, still again with no losses coming by the way of Threes Up, so those final 2 rounds there go absolutely perfectly, and they keep everybody alive in both rounds.
That was like one of those like carnival shooting games where everything just kind of pops up in your vision and you have like that crappy BB gun, you just got to shoot them all down. Do you ever play those games? No?
No.
Alright, well, into the buy round. No AWP on the side of Conquest so far, but very, very fast. Oh, look at this. It's going to be fast B pressure. Naf, he's playing outside the double doors. No presence inside the B site. He can't get the kill, so all of a sudden, Threes Up has the B bomb site for free. Shazam's got to rotate over. No kits. If they're going to do this retake, they've got to get some kills, or they've got to do this very, very quickly.
Shazam as well tries to blind spray through the door to look for something, but he can't catch it, and he's doing the same thing again here, so they know exactly where he's positioned at, and a lot of ammo getting wasted in that play there too, so not going to be having a whole lot left here if he still tries to play this slowly. Your teammates got to get in position, but they can't even get the tunnels for free. They're still going to have to deal with Aria here, who's been an absolute monster with this Galil, but finally Rush taking him out after 2 rounds of him picking up so many kills, so that's going to open that avenue up, but still so much time has elapsed at this point that the bomb is already probably over halfway to exploding. It's not really going to be worth it for them to continue it, so they're going to fall back and save 4 rifles.
Yeah, immediate save call. I mean, they just got into that B bomb site so incredibly quickly. It was much like what we saw against in Cloud9 versus Liquid to start the night off. When Cloud9 was getting into that site, the smokes deploy, and until you build up that losing bonus, you don't have the utility to retake it. You can't afford the kits to, you know, to give yourself time to find some more kills or to wait out those smokes. So, a good call for Conquest to save that early on into the plant. So they salvaged 4 guns into the next round.
And now for Threes Up, they have a very good lead and a very good money built up upon this for Conquest. We look at them, and they will go for the buy once again here as well to try and keep themselves into the mix as far as this round is concerned. A decent amount of utility actually stacked up in their kit here too, so they still have a lot that they can push back against the Threes Up players with, but I think the thing is going to be really stopping Threes Up as they've been a very, very powerful force here coming into this round, and now again, they're going to push their way out here along. They get that for free as there's a lot of emphasis on sort of this middle, and they've split the Conquest players up pretty heavily, but very quickly rotating in after hearing the noise that's going on back over here towards long. They're solidifying a lot of their players back over here towards A, but I think Threes Up may even be aware of this one as they're a little bit hesitant on pushing out towards long right now.
Yeah, but they've got a pretty good read. I mean, Rush is on this ramp. He's got the M4. He's blocked off by smoke. They're going to try and get across here. What they've got to worry about is Shazam over at the Gandalf boxes. I mean, that's going to be tough to clear him out, and no one else from 3Sup is really committed to this bomb site. It's just these two in here. Oh, nice play. They're going to molly Shazam out of position. That gives him a perfect view of the site. He's in the open. He wins one battle. Jason R gets the other one, but Rush jumping up. There's no one there to punish it. Look how far back the rest of the team is over at Long. They just assumed it was going to be a free plant, and now they're in a scary situation.
Rush is going to get hit a little bit there. He's dropped down to 15 HP as the rest of the team still sort of on the way into this site and still a little bit hesitant too as they believe there might be some more coming in back through Cap, but there's absolutely nothing being played there. In fact, one is sneaking through CT right now, so they're able to get themselves back up. That timer is still getting very, very low, and keep in mind, 3Sup still with no plan as of yet here, but there's Professor Chaos picking up one of them. We got that rotation coming up over here, I believe, from Rix. That might catch Professor Chaos off guard, but he's able to adjust his aim and pick up the kill anyway. So it should have been a great hold here from the players of Conquest has now fallen to shreds, and everything gets put into the hands of Naf, who just absolutely destroyed with a headshot from Arya.
Yeah, that's no good. Rix is going to be really, really upset that he didn't punish that kill on Professor Chaos. It was basically a free kill from middle into CT spawn, and Professor Chaos just recovers very, very nicely. A good flank from him to really help him out. Throws that smoke on Catwalk, forces the last player out in the open, but really it's won by that Molotov on a Shazam. Force him into the open. He could have done so much damage, and 3Sup recovers from what could have been, a very tough round.
Now in comes again that offensive that from 3Sup players as they're able to maintain themselves for the time being. A 1-for-1 trade will start it off as Rix takes a risk and is able to push through and at least find a trade off of this one. So that holds back the offensive a little bit here from 3Sup, but overall still going to commit to the plan as far as this push is concerned. It's going to be Mo along with Professor Chaos, who picked up that earlier kill but then fell back. They're going to work out towards Long once again. Rix will be resisting that. Oh, almost going to lose his life as he takes a little bit of damage there from Mo once again, but he is able to make his way out of there. And again, Naut should be able to catch some of this coming as 3 players are going to move in, but the positioning still very much to line up for a push from Cat, and for some reason, Shazam is not going to die. Momas is up a little bit, but they should have been able to tell that this site is almost completely open, but they're not going to act upon that. They just sit right back here, and we're stuck in a very awkward sort of standing Mexican standoff here now, as Ari also picks up 2 kills for free before finally getting traded out by Nath.
Yeah, huge miscommunication on Conquest. One player rotates out of the A bomb site, and they're both just fully exposed. No one's spotting Long. Shazam takes a leg shot for free. Spots someone through the edge of the smoke, just tries to snap over but can't land it, and he's got 11 HP. He's the only one left in CT spawn, and they know exactly where he's at. They're going to let him get away. They're hunting him down. There's the deagle shots, and Mo cleans up Shazam. He's now up towards 19 kills for his team, and the rest of them start catching up as well. Professor Chaos has 16, Arya with 12, A with 13, and Jason R with 11, so it's no longer a one-man show. He carried them through the first half, and now the rest of them have come alive.
Absolutely. So this leaves us at 9-12 with 3Sup having come back, and so far not having dropped a single round. 6 rounds to none so far. Conquest having some serious issues, and off of that round, it seems to be getting worse here with their CT strategy and communication here, and just keeping themselves together, keeping their strategy, and it looks like another round here where they might have some trouble, because it's going to be an eco core, so the odds are low to begin with, but there's only one player in B to start it off. Rush is having a little bit of presence. They do end up screwing up a little bit there on the side of 3Sup as they double smoke the door, but I think in the grand scheme of things here, when you look at the money that 3Sup have, that shouldn't really matter very much at all, so they're just going to clean this up. Mo finds the kill and adapts, and these final 3 just have no way at all to get back into that site.
Yeah, they're just getting mowed down. Nap tries to flank. He can't do anything. Rush does get Jason R in the window, and all that's left is for them to try and take some of these guns out, force some rebuys, but they're only going to get one as Rush falls there, and it's been a clean sweep in this second half. Conquest has yet to put a CT round on the board. It's been 7 straight for 3Sup.
Money gets itself to a good position once again, however, and so good that they can actually go back to this double-op setup that they really like to work on the T side, which includes both Nap and Shazam, and you already talked about this too, as Nap really wants to get his hands on that. So now he's going to get his chance to do this on the CT side, where hopefully his confidence and overall his ability to work this op are going to be a little bit better, and hope to start it off there. Not going to be able to catch one of the players, but Shazam gets the info, and is going to finish up Arya there at the beginning. Nap a little bit slow in the timing, so can't find the shot over there on Jason R, but he may get another opportunity at it. Oh, almost takes him down, brings him down to 10 HP, and this nade bouncing, oh, leaves him with just 5.
Yeah, that's a little bit brutal, but either way, the bomb gets planted. No one in this B bomb site. Once again, Conquest stuck in a situation. They have to go for this one. They have some utility to work with. They also have 3 kits, so this is much more promising. Here they are. They're going to go for it. And this triangle of doom is set up inside the B bomb site, and Rush extinguishes the molly and throws his own right back into the smoke. Professor Chaos gets Daps, who runs through. Still on Rix. He finds a first kill coming through, a second one as well. He opens things up, but there's Mo and Abe to shut everything down. Once again, a timely flank coming in from a 3Sup player. Rush does have a kit. He's not sticking this defuse, though. He's completely blind. And Abe is able to fall and get the kill, and I'm not even sure Rush would have had the time even if he grabs that one. So a nice hold on the retake from Threes Up, and Conquest still just getting completely shut out. It's a goose egg on the board.
Abe's going to be able to fall down, unfortunately. But again, with 2 players on Threes Up now maxed out on cash, that doesn't even matter. The buy-ups come out once again from these players. Conquest know that they're pretty much done for at this point. If they don't go for the buy-up this time, they're not going to be able to make that comeback happen. So they go right for the buy-up here. Very limited utility. Only 2 smokes, I believe, for the entire team. One of them already being used at this point. So they can't hold back this push at all. That aggression's been here, present from Threes Up this entire time. It's just going to roll right into these sites. And again, Abe and already picking up a combined 3 kills. A 4th comes out. Finally, Rix picks up something, but now he's stuck in pit. They know where he is. They don't even need to plant that bomb, but just to be safe, of course, they'll roll it over to the B site. But at this point, Professor Chaos just finishes him off through the smoke, and now Threes Up at match point, looking to just completely run away with this matchup after jumping onto the T side. And this pause, unfortunately, is coming way too late.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. There's really no point in pausing it right now. I mean, I guess this probably should have happened, 4 rounds ago, 3 rounds ago, something like that. But now they have no room for error. They're going to make an adjustment, and then like what happens? Maybe they win a round. But either way, this is just so much momentum on the side of Threes Up. They're playing with so much confidence, taking every battle. I mean, that's the thing. Now that they've rattled off 9 straight, they have no fear whatsoever. And Conquest doesn't have the nades. They don't have the flashbangs or the Molotovs to really slow any of this aggression down.
And for Conquest at this point, it's going to be all thinking about how exactly they're going to have to position themselves. Because as you said, without any utility, it's going to all come down to the aim and all come down to the way that they set themselves up. Threes Up with no reason to worry at this point. They've had an absolutely monster second half. Let me know how many rounds in a row this is now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 rounds essentially in a row. 9, apologies, I miscounted. 9 rounds in a row that they've been able to pick up. Potentially looking at the 10th here if they are able to close this one out. And overall, they've got no reason at all here to worry. And as for Conquest, they forced themselves up. The same story as previously, just no utility. And the guns have even gotten even worse this time. And already an opening shot. Doesn't get a kill, but connects some nice damage over on the Daps.
This time, Threes Up does slow things down. Maybe waiting to see if that pause is going to bring about any kind of a push or aggression or some kind of a cheesy play, but there's Daff. That's one way to end things. Just a nice headshot with the scout onto Abe. Good first kill. Shazam spots one out towards long, but he's given up his aggression. And the rest of the players coming over towards mid, and there's Rush. He gets close up. Mo misses the shot. A rare miss from Mo this match, but Rush is going to get away. Now Conquest in a 5-on-3.
And Ari's going to push forward here, too. Trying to reclaim that up. He's going to be able to pick that one up, but for Professor Chaos and Jason R now, they're still a little bit more separated from themselves as they try to reposition and get themselves into a solidified push. Conquest, though, now they themselves actually have put themselves into a very secure position. They spread themselves out pretty heavily along the map, so it's going to get a bit dodgy, but thankfully some of the HP, specifically on Arya, already very low here, and Arya reveals himself, misses that shot over on the Nap, so now they know that at least for one of these players, that push will be coming in towards the B site. The assistance comes further in from Daps now as he's going to line up, and Arya cannot peek that tunnel, but firstly he's going to have to rely on Jason R to get in there if they even go for it, but also with Professor Chaos, he's going to fall towards the A site, so it doesn't look like Threes Up are going to be able to close it out here just yet. Arya, though, picking up a shot over onto Daps. They're going to try to find their way out into the site, but still the odds are not looking too great. As again, Naf up on that forward position, finds one. Arya tries to go for the quick shot, but he can't find it, and Naf finishes it up with the scout. So Conquest, they're going to keep themselves in this for now, but they're still 5 rounds behind Threes Up.
Yeah, 5 rounds behind, and there were 3 players from Threes Up with over, $12,000. So this is going to be another really solid buy. Still a long way to go for Conquest, but that pause seems to have worked out at least one round. As Threes Up took it a little bit slow that round, that allowed Naf an opportunity with that scout to do a lot of damage, gets that opening pick and just whittles him down where there. Naf ends with 3 kills on the round, but still 5 more to go. And this time, Threes Up looks like they're lining up some smokes for the corner out towards long, maybe for a delayed long take. Arya's going to toss it out, but Rush once again getting aggressive over towards the cave.
Jason R as well, looking to move himself in. He'll go for a direct challenge on a Rush if he decides to push out from this one, but he's gonna have to keep his eyes out, of course, because Rush now falls back into the pit, but the headshot comes out from Jason R anyway, finishes up Rush, and now again we're looking at Threes Up. They find the opening kill, and thanks to the smoke setup, there can be absolutely no trade from Conquest unless they get an absolutely beautiful shot with an op or something else here that comes out from Shazam.
Yeah, he's going to have a big round, but much like the pistol round, Threes Up take long control. They leave one player in pit this time. That's Mo. He's just going to wait for Shazam to peek for any kind of information whatsoever. Shazam throws out a flash, but he doesn't quite peek. Mo fakes the long take, shoots an op shot, but all of Threes Up is rotating back towards this B bomb site. And this could be huge. Daps is pushed up in mid. He's got some information. Here's some footsteps in lower B, so you're going to start to see Rix rotate down towards CT spawn.
Taps waiting as well to see if there'll be any presence coming in, but he's unfortunately going to have to go for a quick rotate. He might actually catch Mo, but again, that entry comes in, so it's going to pull him away from this. Already picks up that shot over on the NAF. And again, the odds here for Conquest are just getting lower and lower and lower as that site control moves in. Still no rotation. I don't think they are fully aware of the situation just as of yet here as they try to keep their eyes out for any sort of flank or whatnot. But now they're rotating in, but no utility, nothing to work with. They would say, but of course, it's not really going to work out. They have to blindly retake this site, and now what's a 2-on-5? And I don't just think it's going to be possible here. For 3's up, they should have an easy closeout. Shazam gets one, Abe shutting down the other, tries to transfer the spray, but Daps picks up that kill, but now he's at 13 HP, transitions over, and Jason R to close it out there. As we're going to see the final score coming into play there with the players here from 3's up and a great performance from Mo, leaving them in the winning spot here for tonight's match.
Yeah, and that was that last round. I mean, a good mid-round call, and it just seemed like, Conquest just never really had a good read in some of those mid-rounds on their CT side. They just got beat up that entire half. And they never got a good read. Even Daps heard some information, some footsteps in lower B, but he doesn't get the intel that they're coming into the B bomb site. NAF doesn't have a good sight onto it, and he just gets isolated in that bomb site. So, I mean, big thing is just I know we've said it so many times throughout this match on Dust 2 tonight, but Mo with that op was just an animal. And if he doesn't have the first half that he had, then 3's up probably doesn't get away with winning that one.
All right, guys, so that is going to close out the evening for us here at ESEA TV. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I believe it'll be Mega Man along with you, Moses, once again, joining you tomorrow night at the same time for some matches, so be sure to stick around then. And beyond that, be sure to hit the follow button on the channel. And if you'd like to follow the casters on Twitter, myself and Moses, it should be below us, and there should be a thing in the chat as well. So thank you guys very much, and we'll catch you tomorrow for more Pro League here with the ESL ESEA Pro League.